First off, I guess I should let you know I'm doing great, which is weird. It's the new normal. I'm starting to get used to it though. I at first I really didn't know what to do with it. First off, I guess I should let you know I'm doing great, which is weird. It's the new normal. I'm starting to get used to it though. I at first I really didn't know what to do with it. I'll talk about that a little bit more as the video goes on. So stick around if you really want to know how I'm doing. But that said, I got some other cool stuff to talk about. First off, I want to say I went back on a podcast that I had done, I think, 7 total times. A podcast that liked to kind of shit on me after my last appearance, and probably rightfully so, if I'm being honest. They invited me back on the show after a last-minute cancellation, and I did the show for about 3 hours, which was a good amount of time. And I sat and talked with them about a bunch of different things, what I've been going through in my life. I talked to them about the fight coming up with Wings of Redemption. Just general life stuff and some gaming news and some goofy shit. It was actually a pretty good time, and I think it was pretty different from my last few appearances. The last couple times I was on that show, I was in full-on Obnoxious Boogie character mode, where I was like pretending I was bigger than I was and better than I was, and like how I was like trying to project, and the girls I might have slept with and the people I might have beat up and all this stupid shit. It was obnoxious and self-absorbed and terrible. And I watched a lot of clips from those previous episodes, those last couple episodes. I watched them before the psychedelics, and I watched them after the psychedelics. And before the psychedelics, they already made me cringe and make me feel terrible about myself. And people's reactions made me feel terrible about myself. After the psychedelics, I just look at it like, why was I being so inauthentic? Why did I think people would fall for that shit? Why, I don't know. It's like waking up from a bad dream. It's like having been possessed by the devil. Like, that's genuinely how it feels. It genuinely feels like I had been possessed by a spirit that was controlling my mind and my body and making me do the dumbest, craziest, idiotic shit. And now I feel no desire to act that way. I feel no desire to feel that way. There's nothing in my heart that says, be that person anymore. Which is good, because it was a sincerely self-destructive person. I'm really glad that that has changed. And I do think the psychedelics combined with traditional therapy both have helped quite a bit. That always is the thing about being like mentally unwell. The thing about being mentally unwell is you can't know that you're mentally unwell. You've heard phrases like, can't see the forest for the trees, that type of thing. That's what it's like to be mentally unwell. When you think you're doing things right, or the things are the way they are, the voices are real, or your actions are the right actions, or whatever it is, whatever your mental illness is telling you to do. I don't know, you can't perceive correctly that that's not the right thing to do. At least I see it now. The good news is I think I'm done with psychedelic therapy for now. There may come a time where I need it again, but as it is right now, I have no intention of going back to that well, because I feel like I'm in the place I'm supposed to be, on the path I'm supposed to be on, and I'm going to stay here as long as I can, and as long as things are going right, and they seem to be, then I'm just keep doing this, because I feel like I'm my most authentic self right now. I hope this video is the most authentic self that I could possibly put out there. And, I don't want to risk changing that. I like the balance that I've struck here. Now, when it comes to videos, I've been doing like Francis bits and sketches and goofy stuff. Not the old school stuff, but like trying to reinvent the character and just having a lot of fun doing it. I've also been doing gaming news again every Wednesday, so if you have not been seeing those videos and you would like to see them, click on the channel, watch them after you finish this video, or I mean, honestly, go watch them now if you want. This is the type of content that I wish I had been making, that I should have been making, instead of, content only like this. Because this is interesting to a lot of people, and I'm glad that you're watching it. Thank you for making it 5 minutes into this video. But I know it's not interesting to everybody, and it doesn't really add value, I think. It might be valuable to a handful of people, but I think entertainment and goofy stuff or news or things like that adds more value to more people. So I plan to keep doing this. I plan to provide value as best I can by talking about my personal life, my personal story, my personal experiences, my mental health, and stuff like that. But there's a lot of value that can be provided by actually going back to trying to be an entertainer. And sure, these videos are getting 10,000 views an upload. But I said years ago, when it got down to 10,000, when it got down to 2,000 views, I'd keep doing this. And here we are, and I keep doing it. But I do genuinely believe, I'm putting this out in the universe, that as I continue to make content that I enjoy making, people who enjoy watching it will find it, and everything will be as it's supposed to be. So I'm just going to keep doing what I do, and hopefully you'll keep enjoying it. My physical health is in a weird place right now, considering everything that's going on with my body. But here's the good stuff to report. I'm not really losing weight, but I'm building the hell out of some muscle. And I'm doing that by working out every day. And I'll be honest with you, I work out less than an hour a day because my back pain eventually tells me to set the hell down and stop. And I listen to it because I do not want to injure myself. But I'm on my feet more. I'm in the floor playing with the puppies more. I'm doing my leg lifts. I'm doing my weightlifting. I'm doing my bag exercises. And that's where I think my biggest progress is right now. When I first started tapping on that bag, all I could do was tap on it, and I could go for 30 seconds and get exhausted. Now I can do like a full 5 minutes of just going ham on that thing. I've uploaded footage of that to my Twitter, and you can see it there if you want. I'll probably put it on TikTok and Reels later today if you want to go look at it. But I'm really impressed at the skills that I'm getting. I'm still not working with a professional boxing trainer. I'm waiting till the contract is fully signed before I spend the money on that. But that said, I'm showing some real progress. And another thing is I'm getting better sleep. It's not great sleep, but I'm not really having nightmares anymore. I think I've told you guys many times, all I ever have is nightmares prior to these psychedelics. Now I have just like normal dreams, and those dreams are kind of boring. And on top of that, my sleep doctor recommended I get an adjustable bed to help with my sleep pain and help with my sleep apnea. And I did it. And most nights I'm sleeping on my back or on my side instead of my stomach, and I'm getting better quality sleep. And the bed I got like tracks my sleep and my heart rate and my breathing rate and stuff. And it's like really cool. It gives me a sleep score every day, telling me how well I slept the night before. And it's training me and teaching me to, I'm a gamer, right? I want that sleep score to go up. So I keep trying to do things that will make it better. Making sure I avoid the caffeine later in the day, and I don't eat before bed, and I don't play any video games or look at any screens before bed. Like I'm putting effort into getting good sleep. And I think that's making a huge difference as well. And on top of that, I'm taking the right supplements for the first time in my life. And that seems to be making a difference. So all of these things coming together to making me feel healthy and giving me strength and endurance that I have not had since I was in my 20s. I don't know if I look any different. I don't know if I look any better. I genuinely don't keep track of that. And I know the scale number hasn't gone down. But that said, there are other ways to measure how healthy you're getting. And it's very measurable for me. And I'm very proud of that progress. And in terms of my mental health, I think it's also in a very weird place. I've taken a pause on my traditional therapy. I've taken a pause on my psychedelic therapy. And I've been delving into philosophers. Going back over Nietzsche and stuff like that. But I've recently introduced myself to Alan Watts, and I've begun to realize that there are some fundamental truths that every philosopher, every self-help guru, they all go over. And once I'm beginning to understand these fundamentals, life is becoming a lot more enjoyable for me. And hey, since you made it this long into this video, I'm going to give you that stuff for free, broken down, without having to read a self-help book, without having to listen to this for hours and hours and hours. Here's the fundamentals that everyone should know. And you probably already know them, but some of them are news to me. I'll probably make a dedicated video about this stuff, but here's the first thing I learned. I learned what anxiety and depression are, at least for me. Anxiety for me was an attempt to control the world, attempt to control other people, attempt to control the universe. Because I'd been hurt by people so many times, and I didn't want to get hurt anymore. So I was doing everything I could to keep people from hurting me or put them in the positions where they wouldn't hurt me. And that's where all the manipulation claims come from, because that's what I was doing. I was manipulating people to try, because of my anxiety, to keep myself from getting hurt. And the more I got hurt, the more I did it. And my depression was me refusing to participate in a system that I couldn't control. I decided that if I couldn't win the game, if I couldn't rig the game to where I wouldn't lose all the time, then I wasn't going to play it at all. And my depression just told me to stop doing it. And that's what I did, because That's a terrible way to live. But that's what anxiety and depression were for me, and I'm curious if you suffer from those issues. Is that what it is for you? This seems like it deserves its own dedicated video soon, so I probably will do that. But let's keep going. Life does have a purpose, not necessarily a meaning, but a purpose, and the purpose is to live it. And I know that's just so obvious, right? But we're always looking for like this higher purpose, this big thing that we're supposed to be doing, serving God or serving this or serving that. Just serve yourself, man. And don't hurt other people, but take care of yourself, take care of other people. That's it. That's it. It's to have a good experience doing this and to help other people have a good experience. That's entirely it. You should be experiencing this. And even when it's not good, it's still kind of good, right? Like even when things are terrible, at least we get to experience something. It's better than the alternative, which is experiencing nothingness, the thing that you experienced before you were born. It's better to experience trials and tribulations and true pain. I mean, I've had my heart broken. I've buried people that I love. I've dealt with awful, awful misery in my own mental and physical health. And I'm now grateful for that because the alternative was not existing at all. And I'm glad. Because one philosopher, modern day philosopher, said, you should live your life like you chose it because you did. You did. Every step of the way, you made choices that led to the life you're living right now. You chose this life. Well, there's a lot of things that are out of my control. I was born to this parent. I was born in this area. I was born poor. I was born this way. I was born whatever. I have this disability. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. On a cosmic scale, you probably picked that too, but there's no scientific proof of that. But what I can tell you is every decision you made up till now has led to the current life you live. It's also the only life you get to live. So live it and experience gratitude for it, because if you show gratitude for it, the universe will show you that gratitude back, I think. And on top of that, you should be great. You should be gracious for it. You should have gratitude for it. You should be happy that you're experiencing this because it's fucking awesome. There's pets to play with and people to hang out with and food to eat and shows to watch and books to read and games to play and nature to enjoy and just wow. Go out and do some of the things that you can control. Go out and do some of the things that you do feel like you have access to. And the more you do those things, the more you're going to like life. For me, that's been playing the Diablo beta. It's been playing with my dogs. It's been playing some Magic the Gathering with my friends and watching shows with my friends, hanging out and just bullshitting with my roommate. I think that's another huge thing that I was getting wrong. Find people you can vibe with. I was choosing to be as alone as humanly possible. I wouldn't get a Discord account. I wouldn't go on a Discord server to talk to people. I wouldn't text people back. I wouldn't be on the phone very often. And I only wanted to see my friends once a week. All I did was vibe with my dogs. Now I'm making every opportunity to be around others now that I no longer am fearful of getting hurt or fearful of hurting others. And I'm no longer trying to control it. I'm just experiencing it and enjoying it. The more I'm around other people, the happier I am. So I'm really trying to do that. And the bonus is I'm staying the hell off of Twitter because I keep myself busy around actual people. Fuck Twitter. That place is a cesspool. That deserves its own dedicated video as well, but I'm so done with that place. I mean, I'll probably tweet a couple times a day for the rest of my life, say hello and post videos and live streams and stuff, but I think I'm done using it as like a social thing where I try to get validation because it is the opposite of validating. By design. I mean, Elon Musk knows what he's doing there. But here's the biggest one, and I saved it for last. A lot of us seek comfort today. And by doing so, we guarantee misery in the future. But if we choose to do the hard stuff today, don't make yourself miserable, but if you choose to do the hard stuff today, then tomorrow can be a little bit better. And I chose, especially during the COVID times, but after my divorce, to sit on my ass and do not much of anything. And I was doing a little therapy, but that was about it. And I put on weight and I sat in my chair and I just let time pass me by because that was comfortable to do. And instead of doing the work, and in the end, I made myself far more miserable than I ever would have been had I done the work. If you seek comfort now, it often will mean you'll pay for it later. But if you do the hard work now, you'll be more comfortable later. That's, I think, the thing that a lot of morbidly obese people get wrong. I think we seek the food that comforts us, the laziness that comforts us, the depression that keeps us from interacting with the world. We're afraid to do the hard work. And so we become morbidly obese. We become trapped in our own minds, in our own bodies, in our own homes. We seek that comfort early. But if we did the work instead, we would have benefited from it for the rest of our lives. And others benefit from it too. If you have any morbidly obese people in your life, sometimes they can be a real drag. They can be a real letdown. Lord knows I let my ex-wife down because of my obesity. So let's try to do better. Let's try to do better every day. Let's try to do a little bit of the hard work every day so our tomorrows can be better. That's every self-help book in a nutshell. I hope it helps. So hey there, superfan. You made it all the way to the end of this long 15, 16-minute rambling video. And if you did, I would like to give you a keyword to type in the comment section. And if you use that keyword, then I will know you made it all the way to this video. And I just want you to talk about this little Pac-Man figure here behind me. Just say Pac-Man. And if you do, I see it, I'll heart your comment and let you know that I appreciate you watching all the way to the end of the video. And it makes all the difference in the world. The algorithm likes it, and I like it, and hopefully you liked it too. So let me know what you think of this rambling video. Let me know what you think about one of the latest videos. Let me know what's going on in your life. Just let's talk today in the comment section. I want to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon.